Bonjour, mes enfants. C'est votre uncle. Yes, it's Uncle Dan, the Vinyl Man, back with another episode of Uncle Dan's Vintage Vinyl. And a very special episode this is, because this is the second installment of The Unbearable Cheapness of Uncle Dan, where I talk about cheap turntables in my collection. And you may say, Uncle Dan, do you have anything that isn't cheap? And yeah, I do. So, quit your griping. Anyway, this turntable comes to us courtesy of $12.50. I say that because I paid $25 for two turntables. So I think that makes $25 for this turntable. When I bought it, it was not working. The belt was gone. It was gummed up some, and the stylus was gone. I believe altogether. If my memory serves me well, there was no stylus at all on it. It's a realistic R47 XT. It's basically a Shure cartridge, and I had another stylus. A 3X, a Shure 3X stylus, which fits this body. Track's kind of heavy, but, for my taste, but, it's not great. Anyway, this is a realistic Lab-50. I'll give you a little glimpse of it here, a little close-up glimpse of it. Oh, can you stand the flight? Oh, my God. I can't see it very well, but a realistic Lab-50. There you go, in all of its beauty. And the realistic Lab-50 was manufactured for Radio Shack. Radio Shack did not manufacture anything. They only sourced stuff. And this was manufactured for Radio Shack by BSR. BSR is generally not considered a very good company. Doesn't have very good, didn't make really high-end stuff. I have one, which I may show sometime or another, a BSR. McDonald 810, which is a pretty decent turntable. So anyway, $12.50 in this. I did have to put a belt on it. I have a bag of belts here. I just snagged a belt out of my bag of belts, and it fits fine. I've cleaned it up. I put some, I put some juice on it. The cycling, it doesn't cycle correctly. I have to treat it as a manual. When it reaches the end of the record, it picks up, it comes back, and it wants to drop it on the 7-inch spot. I've tried to get the goop out that's causing that, and I haven't been successful so far. But I may continue to try doing it. So anyway, $25. It's a changer. I only have it with the standard 33. I basically never listened to 45s, so why do I need a changer? And I never stack records. So, and I don't care whether you stack records or not. There are some people who tell you not to. I really don't care. So, yeah, $12.50. I'm going to admit this isn't one that you could easily, go out and find yourself a realistic Lab-50 and get it going if you haven't dealt with these things before. There's nothing very difficult about it. If there were, I wouldn't have done this. I wouldn't even have tried to do it because I'm lazy and not very intelligent and not capable. And you can, if you need any evidence of that, I have a number of people who will vouch for me in that regard, including, a number of ex-wives who would probably be happy to provide testimonials to my general worthlessness. So anyway, but still $12.50, and I have a perfectly functional turntable. I may swap cartridges on it, or I might just put a better stylus on it than I have now, one that tracks at a lighter weight. But as it is, it's a functioning turntable. It works. It actually sounds surprisingly good. So there you go. And then I have something very special. Some months ago, I got from a friend number of boxes of records and old records, and among them was this. Mike Ennis and Company from San Javier del Bac, and they're playing, let me make it, popular dance music of the Indians of Southern Arizona. So this was out on Canyon. This was from Canyon Records with the 1975 and 1976 dates. It does not have a Discogs entry, although there is a Discogs entry for another album by Mike Ennis and Company. Now, I just dropped the needle on it. You know, I brought it up. I hadn't played this after I got the box of records. I kind of hadn't noticed it, but I was going through picking some other albums out that I wanted to listen to. And I saw this one, and I thought, that looks kind of interesting. That looks unusual. And so I brought it up and I dropped the needle on it. And I'm going to just do that to you, and you can hear what I heard. There's a chance I'll get a copyright claim on this. I kind of don't think so. But you can hear what Uncle Dan heard when he dropped the needle on it the first time. Now, yes, children, and it's the right album. This is not a mistake.
Booking Hudson tonight with you. Mat bahai shai ke kwapelek chochete amamul kitchen. The cook much more smart, mamma, more hudson, so I did have a mass of good with Mamma, we would like to dedicate this record to all Indian people living on reservations and abroad. We know that many of our friends love to listen and dance to this type of music.
So yes, this is a polka. So a polka. So I was like, wait, that sounds like a polka to me. And you know what? It was a polka. So yeah, they have a polka, what they call a shoti. I'm not sure if that's a schottisch. And then something I didn't know, cumbia, and I will find that. That's the cumbia del sol, the cumbia of the sun. See how good my Spanish is? Terrible. That's about right. Or maybe it's about wrong. Here we go again. Okay, that's the end of the prior song, which is polka. You gotta admit that the polka beat is insistent. It does kind of make you want to move. So this is a cumbia, not a kumbaya, but a cumbia. Apparently a popular dance song out of Colombia. That's the country in South America, not the city in Missouri. Sometimes it sounds like it's skipping, but it's not. Anyway, I never knew that the native peoples of the United States anywhere liked polka music. So I was surprised by this, but I mean, it's a cool, you know, I mean, look at that cover photo. That is just a great cover photo. Great photos on the back. They performed at the National Folk Festival, and the first in San Diego, and then Wolf Trap Farm Park, scene of the 38th National Folk Festival, August 1974. They performed there. They performed at the Tucson Folk Festival. Real group. Kind of cool. I'm really happy I have this. This is the sort of thing you can find out there. So that's it for tonight. Bonne nuit, mes enfants. C'est votre Uncle Dan. Au revoir. Et aussi, à bientôt et aussi. We say, mes amigos. I can't remember what it is. But buenas noches, señores and señoritas.